Just don't think Skittles is too smart. She's been trying for over a month to get milk from Butch and ain't done it yet. But she just keeps on trying. Starting to question her intelligence here. Come on, Skittles. Come on. Come on. I got what you want. Here she comes. All right. Here. Here we go. Oh. Well, good morning, YouTube land. You know, it's amazing what a little sunshine can do for your outlook, your attitude, just how you feel about things. I was awake for about 3 hours in the middle of the night last night. Just didn't. Was pretty sure today was going to be a bad day. It just. I was awake. It was dark. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything in the house because I didn't want to wake anybody else up because, Rhonda has to work. I need to go to school. So I was like, it's going to be a bad day. So I finally get about another 2.5 hours sleep for a total of about 4.5 hours. But anyway, that's not really the point. And then I took Ethan to school and got home, fixed her bottle, and got out here in the sunshine and seeing her running over here just kind of lightened my mood a little bit. Thought I'd share that this morning. Just, there's the sun shining and birds are singing and Skittles is telling me to hurry up and get out here and feed her. So just, lighten my mood. She sure is growing good now. It's kind of funny watching animals grow. And it's people too, It's a little more noticeable on animals, So they usually have a better growth rate, but they grow real fast for a while, and then they hit a spot where they slow down, and that's where old Butch is at. He's in that slower growing stage. He's way over there. He's found him some nice grassy lakes, so he's not coming over to see us this morning. But it's the same way with the pigs. You can almost see the growth. And then they'll hit a spot where they slow down. And then, it's imperceptible, and then, you get it. That usually hits about 200, 250 pounds, and then you don't notice any growth, and you don't notice anything, and all of a sudden you got a 500-pound pig on your hands. So I guess there's a life lesson there. Just realized it as I'm sitting here talking about it, and that's kind of how life goes. You do real good, and things slow down and don't look like going on, all of a sudden there you are. So maybe that helps somebody this morning or today, tonight, whenever you're watching this. You know, it's about 7:30 in the morning here now as I record it. Obviously, as I record it. But it's kind of interesting. Just sometimes things come to you at the oddest moments. You know, I'm just sitting here feeding this calf, talking, hoping that I can come up with some good content for y'all. I don't know, do me a favor. I've been talking a lot about things that's going on, serious stuff. You know, I've been trying to get the animals in because everybody likes the animals, especially Skittles and the little pigs. But let me know down in the comments there if you would like to, you know, if you like what's going on, you know, if you like what I'm talking about. And I like input from people because, you know, it's kind of hard to tell from your analytics a lot of what's going on. You know, so just leave me a comment if you like the serious content, or if you don't like it. And all I ask is that you don't be a rude jerk about it, you know. I appreciate honesty, but I don't like rudeness. But yeah, leave me a comment if you like that. You want to see more animals. You know, I can only do so many baby pig videos because they grow. And it takes time. They got to have their time in the oven before they're ready to be baby pigs. So, anyway, I'm going to go get me some breakfast now that Skittles had hers. And see what we'll get up to today. It's going to be a bright one. I think we got summer's last hurrah. This week has been going to be hot. I was checking the weather early this morning, and it's going to be like in the mid to upper 90s the next 2 days, and then Thursday the high is going to be like 63. Whoo! We'll be breaking out the insulated coveralls. That's going to be a shock to the system. Okay, my corn is still making. Looks like it's going to make at least one good size ear. So, yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, all right. So I came out here to water this morning, and that little red white butthead just right over here, sitting down, hanging out. And yeah, there's the fence. There's where he's supposed to be. He's just sitting over here, hanging out, kicking back, enjoying life. So go shut the fence off and raise it up where he can walk over it over there by where that water dish is. He can walk under it without touching it. It's not on. So what's he do? Yep, he didn't go in there. He went in over there about where that white post is. That white post isn't connected to anything, but that's where he went in at. Just he's been out every day for the last 3 days. Now, I get him back in. He tends to stay in, but it's just a frustration to getting him back in. Today was easier than yesterday. Yesterday I don't chase the pigs because it does no good. You get to chasing them, and they get excited and then they don't think straight. You know, they get stressed out. Their thought process gets all jacked up. So I don't chase them. That's the main reason. The number reason is I'm old and out of shape. I don't consider chasing pigs fun. If you've been around a while, you remember Pearl. That's why we got her. Of course, she decided to run out in front of a propane tank. But anyway, she's no longer with us. So, but she was starting to learn the business. And now that we've had this predator issue eating our guineas, we're thinking about getting another dog. I haven't thought real hard on it yet, but we don't want just any old dog either. So, you know, it's got to be something that is brave enough to run the critters off, but it's got to be something that can be trusted around the cats, and that's asking a lot. And one that can learn to herd pigs, because a dog that can work a pig is very valuable to me. Switch this around. All right, here we are. Yeah, a dog that can herd a pig properly, learn how to do it, is very useful. I've had 2 of them in my life. And one of them may have had some kind of sheepdog or something, some kind of herding dog in his background. He was just a little dust mop dog. Well, you know, I was, I don't know, 12, 13 years old. And I had talked Mom and Dad into letting me have him. Which, looking back, is kind of a surprise. But anyway, I got him. And he was just a pet. I mean, that's it. But our pigs got out a lot more than the pigs we have today do. These pigs get out, but not like they did back then. There wasn't any solar fence chargers. You know, we're talking mid-70s. And so it was all plug-in fence chargers. And the power would go out and the fence charger wouldn't be working. And it had a fuse and it blew them fuses all the time. So I have to go out and put these pigs back in. And back then I was young, had the energy to chase them around. Let you look at Buddy Love and Well Done while I talk. So, you know, we always put the pigs back in the same spot back then. And that pig would, or that dog would go with me. And he finally learned how to do it. You know, where the pigs went and fighting over the water. We got the water tank slid down here. One of them will grab it and slide it here in a minute. But you know, he's just a little big dog. I called him Fleabag because that's pretty much what he looked like. Little shaggy haired, long shaggy haired dog. Short. I mean, and then later on I wound up with a, boy, they're cranky this morning. I wound up with a dog whose mama was a red-bone coonhound. Probably not full-blooded, knowing the kid that I got that had her. I got myself in trouble over that deal. But anyway, the deal was, a buddy of mine, my coon hunting buddy, when you're 13, 14 years old, all your buddies are getting in trouble with buddies. But we coon hunted a lot. And he told me one day that, hey, my little brother's friend's got a red-boned female, and he wants to get rid of her. His mom's making him get rid of her. We just got to go get her. Well, when you're young and you don't think too clearly sometimes. So I was like, okay, sit down. My parents both worked. This is where the getting in trouble comes in. They both worked. And my brother is 5 years younger than me, and my sister's in between us. She's 2.5 years younger than me. So they would go to work, and I would be somewhat in charge. So my buddy shows up. So look at this. This is why pigs don't have water. He pulled that, instead of walking up to it, he pulled it to him. Now he's going to dump it out because he wants to wallow in the water. But anyway, back to the story. So me and my buddy take off. About 10, 11 o'clock. We didn't take into consideration that it was like 10 miles over there. So we take off walking. Neither one of us is old enough to drive. And, hadn't thought that maybe we ought to talk to some parents about this. Remember, teenage boys here. And so we start walking, and we get over there, and we get the dog, and we're leading her back. And we decide to cut across country, because that would have cut our trip distance-wise pretty close to in half. So, and I know that I've got to get home before my mom and dad get home. Well, to make the story short, they just dumped that water over. They dumped it over. So I'll be back out here this afternoon. They got a feed thief over here. But anyway, so we did not make it home before Mom and Dad got home. So my brother and sister had been home alone most of the time. And of course, they are more than happy to let Mom and Dad know that I was gone all day. You know how younger siblings can be. Especially when you take off and do something fun and they're at home. So I got myself in trouble. And the thing that kept me probably from getting my hind end fired up, it would have been beyond warmed up, but was that I was, making a little money here and there and buying my own dog food anyway. So, but they wasn't too happy that I brought this pregnant red-boned hound home. The dog she didn't know anything about hunting. Never even, I don't think she'd been in the woods more than just a couple of times. And, so anyway, I don't know, she had like 10 or 12 puppies. And interesting coloration. There was 2 red ones and 2 that turned out looking like a yellow lab. And I ended up with one of those, long story short. And probably the best dog I ever owned. And I did not keep him by choice. He was the last one left, and my really pretty registered Walker Coonhound had died. So I thought, why not? I just, he's about 6 months old. I started hunting him. But anyway, keep saying long story short, and just don't keep making it shorter. But anyway, I could work pigs on him. He knew where to put the pigs up. He knew how to get them there. I didn't have to do anything. They just had to be out, and I would have to go open the gates so they couldn't get back in, and he'd put them in. And he'd tree squirrels for me, tree raccoons at night. Well, I sure miss that old dog. But, being a teenager, you have the time and the energy to train these dogs like that. So anyway, I got all the pigs watered this morning. I'm gonna go in and do some stuff in the house, and then it's go get the feed day. So we'll be back a little bit later. Okay, right there is a picture of pure laziness. Okay, these big girls got him to move. Yeah. Just lay down in the middle of the feed and eat it. Alright, well, he's back in there. The big girls decided they could get spread out enough and be okay. Everybody's getting the same thing, so he's just gonna crawl up in there and lay down and eat. That's alright. That's what I want him to do, eat, get big. Alright, moving the trailer with the tractor so I can go get some feed. Because it's go get the feed day. Okay, that's how we unhooked the feed trailer from the tractor. Yep. Now I got another little job to go do before I get that hooked up. Should have done it before I hooked up the tractor to the trailer. But anyway. Run back out here and do it real quick. Okay, this is our little project. We got to move that water tank. Because, as you can see right down between there's a great big pig laying in that hole. And she can almost hide in there. Look at that. That hole's deeper than she is. She is laying down, but so we're gonna move that real quick. I hope. Alright, I'm up here. Okay. Show a good view here. Oh, my chain's still hooked. Yeah, it is. There it goes. This pig is about to move. Not gonna like that at all. Whoops. There we go. up on his routine. We're done. Just as a note, I lost the brakes. And then I put the bucket on the ground. If I'm going to leave this running, I'll make sure that it's out of gear. Because I'm not real excited about running over myself on the tractor. Uh-oh. Got a problem. Buried my chain. There we go. I got it loose, I think. Yep, there we go. Chain's loose. We'll hop back across the fence and see how deep that hole is there. Them girls are fighting over Ruby and somebody. I can tell Ruby, she's red and white. The rest of them are muddy. Look at this hole. She's standing up. Back, get you a shallower angle. These are some big girls. I guess it's time to switch out. Ruby's gonna get a little time in the mud. She's still eating over there. So, alright. I'm gonna go put this tractor up, get hooked up to the trailer, and go get me something cold to drink, because it's hot out here today. And I'm gonna head over to Gerard and get me some pig feed. So that I can feed these guys for another couple of weeks. But first we gotta put that fence back up. This is another good thing about this hollow fence. I wouldn't want to do this, like several times a day, but you can drive across it. I don't even see it. I know you can't see it down there. You can see me. There we go. And we can just drive across there. Worry about breaking it too much. Like I said, I wouldn't want to do it multiple times a day, but once in a while is okay. Well, it's raining north of here. It's supposed to rain here. About 7 tonight. And it's about 4:45 now. Put the trailer up out here where it belongs. And, yeah. Once I get the feed trailer put up, I'll have to feed old Skittles over there. He thinks it's that time. And it is pretty close to that time. So, the load coming over here like, hey, ain't no bottle there. So anyway, the getting of the feed took a little longer than I had planned. but you know, it still wasn't bad. I got there at 3 o'clock. I was supposed to have been there at 3:30, so I was there early. And then they were short-handed today, so they were finished loading me at 3:35, which, you know, so I told the guy loading me apologized because he was the only one there. He was trying to do everything. I said, it's all right. I said, I'm still on time. I got here early, so I just, you know, it's one of them times when it didn't work out for me. It still didn't work out bad for me. So, pictures of the rain clouds, just right straight out there in the middle. Way up north, it's raining. I saw it. When I left to get the feed, I had to go pick up the #1 farmhand. Alrighty dokie. We're back where we started this morning. Huh. What a day. It's not been a bad day. It's just a little different. Well, this afternoon was a little different. I mean, I got over to the feed mill half hour, well, no, more like 40 minutes early, which I try to get there early anyway, because a lot of times they're ready for me. Now the guys back in the feed department don't like it because I disrupted their schedule. But anyway, well, they wasn't ready for me today, or I think the feed was ready, but it's just they're short-handed, the guy told me, which still, I think I mentioned it earlier, I still got out of there within what I'd have considered reasonable, even though I had to wait 30 minutes. And, you know, like I said, I was 40 minutes early, so we're good. And, you know, then I had to run over and pick up the #1 farmhand from school. Yeah, them clouds sure are promising. I just hope that rain gets here. But anyway, man, I'm still hearing crazy stuff. I'm not going to go into any of it right now because truth be told here, I can't remember it. It'll probably come to me. My old rear end's dragging tonight just because I didn't sleep so good last night. Oh, Sassy, our old dog, she's getting in pretty bad shape. She just can't lay down anymore. She just falls down. But for some reason, she was restless last night when I was too. She may have been feeding off of me, you know. Animals are sensitive to things. But I'm there and I've been reading my book and I'm starting to nod off and I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm going to give it 2 more pages and I'm going to quit if I'm still nodding off. I'm just about done with the first page and I can hear old Sassy, you know, walking through the house. And I hear her lay down and the vacuum cleaner comes on. She had flopped down and started the vacuum cleaner somehow. Scared the snot out of me, so it was another 30-45 minutes before I got to sleep. But you know, looking back, it's kind of funny. I kind of feel for the old girl. We're thinking that it may not be too much longer. We have to put her down. We don't want to. She's as old as the farmhand. I mean, I've told this story before. She was dumped on us. We were debating on whether we wanted to keep her or not. We already had, I don't know, 4 or 5 dogs. Coonhounds or coonhound mixes. And we just didn't need any more. Me and Ron, and Ethan's up. He's walking real good. And Ivy, she's 8 years old or so, 9. She's riding her bicycle up and down the driveway. And Ethan, he decides he's going to walk down the driveway. Well, we're sitting there watching, and that old dog gets up beside him and just slowly turns him around and heads him back. And he didn't even realize it. So me and Rhonda looked at each other and said, yeah, we'll be keeping her. And we have. And she's been a pretty good old dog. When she was younger, she was a good watchdog because, first of all, she's black. I mean, they don't see her. And then she had this big, deep voice. I mean, it was big voice. And so that was a pretty good deterrent. But anyway, like all of us, she's getting old. I mean, that's pretty old for a dog. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up here with Skittles. It's getting ready to be a butthead, quite literally. But so look out for each other. Let's help each other when we can. And let's pray. Man, is that needed now. So we'll catch y'all later.